from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Kill.
On 2nd down, Kamara. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Brees leaves this one with Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty.
Kill.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
I mean, you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
see it, you see it. Lock in, lock in.
Now Trubisky on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Hey, 18.
They go play action. Trubisky. He's got Evans. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking a fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
18. Hey, 18.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Carlos Hyde, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And they got the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Easy.
A 10th carry for Kamara. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee. and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
It was Mitch Unrein that made the tackle.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Hey, easy.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And he's able to put it through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, a run with Hyde. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd down, Hyde, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Let's go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
18.
And back to the ground. Hyde. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
18.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He finds his running back, Hyde. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Go for it.
Downfield, Charles. They just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Green 39! Green 39!
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to air one out. This is intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man.
That's my fault because I forgot I took Drew Brees out.
So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was
That's my fault.
It has to. And I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Trubisky now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
Lock in, lock in.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On second down, here's Trubisky. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. Looking deep for Gabriel. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run again with Hyde on first. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Mitch Unrein in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Buying time to his left. Now he'll into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. And this is caught by Evans. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Comes to Hyde. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They run. Hyde. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. They pitch it out to Hyde, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints have moved out in front. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
Let's go. Hands up.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Airing this one out for Evans. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Evans has it left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Hey, gotta go.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Play action. It's Trubisky. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They go play action. Trubisky. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Another costly turnover, their 2nd of this 2nd half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the 2nd half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But
it's football. Exactly.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Buccaneers have it.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. That's now 3 turnovers in this 2nd half. Very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the 2nd half, you said, hey, maybe trite, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Kamara. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. M.J. Stewart made the tackle from his corner spot.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Got it.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. It's a room to maneuver. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get
almost done. What do they say?
This is where
about to leave.
The coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On first down, Trubisky. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And now he pulls him over. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Breeze is looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Hey, Chess, you trash.
You play the final whistle, I get that.
You just is completely trash, bro. I just need you.
Late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other argument, I get it on the other side is, hey, do something about it.
GG, bro.
Was really excited.
Hey, hush, man. Hush, man. It's over with.
Getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for New Orleans, the win moves them to